The doorway of a home is more than a design element, it is a spiritual portal. In Vastu Shastra, the main entrance is called the Sinhadwar, the lion's gate. It is the first point of energy contact between you and the universe. Every vibration that enters your life flows through this single point. The health of your relationships, the clarity of your mind, the stability of your income, all of these can be influenced by how your entrance is aligned. This video will take you deep into the sacred science of entrances. Where should your main door be located? What should it never face? Which rituals energize it? And why is the entrance not just about direction, but also about intention? This is not superstition. This is cosmic design, geometry aligned with energy. By the end of this video, you will understand why the entrance is considered the mouth of the Vastu Purusha, the divine spirit of space. Let us begin where every journey begins, with the first step across the threshold. Among all directions, the northeast, known as Ishanya, is the most sacred. In Vastu, this zone is ruled by Shiva and is associated with clarity, intuition, and spiritual light. Placing your entrance here is like inviting higher wisdom into your home. It allows pure, refined prana, life force, to flow in freely. A northeast entrance brings mental clarity, peaceful family dynamics, and aligned life decisions. Sunlight from this direction at sunrise charges the space energetically. Children in such homes tend to be more focused, relationships stay clear of toxic loops, business tends to grow steadily. This direction also aligns with water element, Jal Tattva, symbolizing adaptability and purification. If your home's plot allows, an entrance in this zone should always be your first choice. However, it must be clean and uncluttered, no dustbins, no old shoes, no hanging wires. Every single object near this entrance will affect the purity of incoming energy. Even digital energy, like your Wi-Fi router, should not be placed near a sacred entry. Let the space breathe, let it invite, let it awaken the energy of divine presence in your home. The north is ruled by Kuber, the deity of wealth. A main door placed here creates a constant flow of abundance and business growth. It also aligns with the Earth's magnetic field, pulling energy in with ease. Homes with north-facing doors tend to have smoother financial flow, fewer blockages, and healthier routines. Use light colors like white, pale green, or cream around the entrance. Avoid dark browns or grays here. The east, on the other hand, is ruled by Surya, the sun god. East facing entrances bring vitality, growth, and radiant personal energy. Homes with such doors support learning, leadership, and creative clarity. Students, artists, and spiritual seekers benefit immensely. This entrance aligns with air element, Vayu Tattva, encouraging motion, flexibility, and freedom. For both north and east, ensure the door opens fully inward. Half-open doors block incoming energy. Place a small potted tulsi or bamboo plant to welcome living vibration. You may also hang a copper bell or wine chime to reset subtle energy. Cleanliness and light are essential. Never let this entrance feel dull. Let it speak. This is a home that invites progress. While north, east, and northeast are encouraged, certain directions are cautionary. The southeast, governed by Agni, the fire element, is linked to transformation, but also aggression. Placing your main door here can create restlessness, arguments, and instability. You may notice sleep disturbances, frequent conflicts, or health issues. This zone is best reserved for the kitchen, where fire belongs. If your entrance must be here, balance it with Vastu remedies. Place a strip of copper on the threshold. Use earthy tones like ochre or terracotta. Avoid metallic or sharp elements. The southwest is the most grounded direction. It holds the tamasic energy of stillness and inertia. If disturbed, it can lead to stagnation, personal and financial. Southwest entrances often result in homes where people feel stuck, lack of growth, anxiety, heavy mood, or chronic fatigue may follow. Use stone, wood, and weight to counteract imbalances here. Hang grounding symbols like square mandalas. Remember, it's not just the direction, but what you do with it that shapes energy. The design of the door is as important as its placement. A Vastu-aligned door must open clockwise, from the left. This mirrors the energy of the rising sun, forward, expansive, intentional. Avoid doors that open outward or slide like partitions. They disrupt energy containment. The door should be solid, preferably made of wood. Teak and neem are ideal, grounding, protective, ancient. Avoid glass as the main material. It weakens the energetic barrier between inner and outer space. Use metal only for embellishments, not as the primary surface. Your main door should be the tallest and strongest door in the house. This gives it symbolic and actual dominance over other entries. Avoid cracked paint, squeaky hinges, or peeling nameplates. Everything at the entrance speaks to the energy that enters. Every crack is a leak. Every sound is a disruption. Choose handles made of brass or copper. Decorate with sacred symbols, Om, swastika, lotus, on either side. Each detail is a mantra. Each form is a function. When your entrance is designed consciously, your entire home begins to breathe better. Every spiritual system honors the idea of sacred thresholds. In Vastu, we energize this space through daily, weekly, and seasonal rituals. Daily, keep the area clear. No clutter, no broken pots, no drying laundry. Sweep the threshold in the morning to reset energy. Light a diya or incense near the door at sunrise. Weekly, clean the door with salt water or neem water. Both purify vibrations. Place a new floral rangoli or chalk mandala. Redraw sacred symbols if they have faded. Seasonal. During solstices or new moon, place parched tattva offerings, water in a copper ball, leaves or flowers, incense, a candle, and earth, tolerant decorations made of mango leaves, marigolds, or cloth symbolize freshness and protection. The chime of a bell at the entrance resets vibrations each time the door opens. You may also place a small mirror inside the door, angled to reflect any negative energy outward. These are not superstitions, they are energetic protocols, tested over centuries. A doorway maintained spiritually becomes a channel, not just a passage. Even the right entrance direction can become energetically blocked due to small mistakes. Never place your main door directly opposite a bathroom. This pulls draining energy toward your entry point. Do not locate the entrance under a staircase. It compresses flow and brings downward pressure on life movement. Avoid having the door face a sharp edge or wall corner. This cuts the incoming prana like a blade. A mirror facing the entrance from the inside is okay, but never place one outside facing the door. It reflects away all energy trying to enter. Shoes should be kept to the side, not directly in front of the door. Always leave a clean empty space in front of the entrance. This is the breath of the home. No black mats, no trash bins, no heavy objects blocking the threshold. Even digital items, like routers or large speakers, should not be near the entry zone. If your home shares an entrance with others, like in apartments, mark your door with distinct symbols to contain your own field. Small changes in the visible world lead to powerful changes in the invisible one. Light is consciousness. Sound is vibration. Color is frequency. Use all three intentionally at your entrance. Soft yellow or warm white lighting welcomes clarity and confidence. Avoid red bulbs or blue neon. They distort energy and irritate nervous systems. Sound can be introduced through chimes, bells, or mantra recordings. The Om mantra at low volume near the entrance resets space at a cellular level. As for color, northeast, use pale blue or white, north, green, silver, or cream, east, light yellow or gold. Avoid dark or overly saturated colors unless balanced by natural materials. Plants near the entrance, like tulsi or bamboo, ground and energize the field. Avoid cacti or sharp-leaf plants, they create resistance. Sandalwood paste, turmeric water, or cow dung wash may be used on special days for sanctification. These practices connect your home to the five elements, the Panch Tattva. When light, sound, and color are balanced. The home becomes a sacred mandala. In sacred geometry, every form is a portal. The door is the ultimate symbol of transition, from outside to inside, from chaos to order, from noise to silence. Every time you cross the threshold, you are reborn. Your entrance is not just a way in, it's a statement of what you allow into your life. It is a prayer without words. It is the meeting point of matter and meaning. When we step through a consciously placed door, we align ourselves with rhythm, balance, and cosmic order. That is why temples have grand entrances, why palaces have gates aligned to celestial constellations. The door is the outer face of your home's inner soul. Respect it, clean it, decorate it, honor it. Stand before your door every morning and offer gratitude. This is your first step into the sacred theater of your day, and the last thing the world sees before you rest. It is not wood. It is not space. It is consciousness held in form. Now you understand, your entrance is not just a location, it is a living force. It shapes your health, wealth, emotions, and relationships. Placed wrongly, it disrupts flow. Placed rightly, it blesses everything you do. This is why Vastu Shastra begins with the Singhadwar. Because the way energy enters is how life unfolds, so align your entrance, let it open fully, let it breathe, let it carry symbols of devotion and dignity. Invite the five elements, invite prosperity, invite silence, invite joy, and most of all, invite presence. Because when you walk consciously through your door, you are not just entering your home, you are entering a higher field of alignment. This is where sacred architecture begins, at the place where space meets spirit. This is Ayantic Studio. Thank you for walking with us. Subscribe to continue your journey into spiritual design.